the old.
Where do we begin? You know where we're going to begin? And I think this kind of sums it up because I was traveling last night, but I did call. I did hear the call of Joe Bowen and Jim Ralph. And this was after Tavares scored to make it 6-6. So listen to them and how they kind of summed up the game that they were calling. Let's have a listen.
All right. And it's 6-6.
How's your night?
Somebody's got to hit a 3 at the buzzer, don't they? What you think?
Is that Ralphie?
A Raptor reference.
Ralphie's the man.
Hey.
He's so good with that kind of
He's
stuff.
on our show regularly.
He's very good.
6-6, and they just start laughing.
Well,
That was the game in a nutshell. Like,
yes.
no rhyme, no reason, just what the hell is going on here?
It's a great John Boyce tweet about playoff hockey being like, why watch overtime playoff hockey when you can just do cocaine while riding a motorcycle out of a helicopter? That was last night's game in a nutshell.
So because my bar is so high, I somewhat have a reputation apparently from everybody that watches or social media that I am a negative Nelly.
Hater.
Bit of a Debbie Downer.
I'm a Debbie Downer because my bar is so high on what needs to happen to win a Stanley Cup.
Yep.
And
do the people want to know,
Sammy,
or do they don't
Sammy,
know?
were there people under the impression that we fought yesterday, that we don't like each other?
Yeah, we're at odds. We're at odds.
That we're at odds.
Yeah, we're just at odds.
Okay. So you came in after the Tampa Bay game, moonwalking and feeling like this is it. This was a message to the whole world that we're real and we are a force to be reckoned. 24 hours later, how do we feel, Sammy?
Same way.
Same way.
Same way.
Okay.
Same way.
Guns a-blazing.
I really
All right.
do.
Doubling down.
I am doubling down. They showed that they can score against the Florida Panthers. That defense for the Panthers showed me absolutely nothing. If Eric Shalgren doesn't let in a goal that my beer league goalie doesn't let in,
Yes.
that game is completely different. That changed the entire game. Tired legs, second half of a back-to-back. They got a point off of them. They were only up 5-1. I mean, I don't know. Like I really don't feel any differently.
Feeling good.
I do feel good. I don't feel that much differently about them after last night. I have to say.
What your take, Kyper, now in the wake of that? How did you see it differently?
Yeah, I see two teams that are going out real early in the first round last night.
Really?
Oh yeah, the way they played.
Not good.
Just, and I'm only speaking of what I witnessed last night.
That type of play, yeah.
That type of play. That, to Jim Ralph's point, that give me the ball in the last second. I will outchance you one more time, and I will find a way to win 7-6 or 10-9 or however high you want to go.
Right.
That's just not the mentality that you need to go in to try to win every other night for 2 months.
Yeah.
And both those teams are in big trouble if they don't get, to Sammy's point, some solid goaltending.
Yeah,
and
that's a big
Bobrovsky
issue.
and the Panther fans could say the same thing, that the Leafs don't jump up 4-1 if you know how to cover your short side, Bobrovsky.
That's a bad goal. Yeah. No, it's
So is it a one-off, or is this just the way these guys want to play?
Well, it's the way they do play, whether that's the goal for the two teams or not. These two teams spend less time in their own zone than all of the other 30 teams in the league. They're always in the offensive zone. So last night was pinball, right? Like it was scoring chance. There was no real prolonged zone time. It was just back and forth and up and down the ice. When you have two teams that play like that, it does feel really random at times. A bounce here, a jump there. They can both finish. It was exciting, but there's no doubt to me that if you're in a playoff series against a team like that, you can't let them have chances. You have to be on the D side of pucks where they weren't last night. Why don't we start with what Sheldon had to say? Is that fair to go there next?
Absolutely.
Let's
Let's
just-
get his thoughts on.
Before we do that, can we just talk about that Mitch Marner shorthanded goal? Can we all just rave about that before we do anything?
He
That goal
just
was
continues to go to another level. And I'm watching and both of them have been spectacular. But there are times when I see Austin out there, and especially on the game-winning goal, the 3-on-3, and he just looked spent. He just looked like he ran out of gas.
Yeah, it was a 2-minute shift, and overtime will do that to you.
But I don't get that sense from Mitch Marner. I don't get the sense that like he is such a good skater, and his skating doesn't dip for me.
The read that he made to not only intercept the pass, but then to get that past, was it Uyghur? Boy, Uyghur had a tough night.
He slowed it down for him. He went to go try to play it, and he actually
stick lift.
Yeah,
and then comes in that backhand forehand move, which he actually used earlier in his career, a very similar goal against James Reimer when he scored a backhand forehand goal against him. So I loved it. I loved it.
On these nights when he's getting 2 and 3 points, it's almost as if you can envision him getting 5 or 6 points. If sometimes guys
both
would
guys
finish.
last night, I think Matthews had 4 chances on one shift last night.
Right after they went ahead 6-5, and that last night put him tied him with Matthews for the longest multi-point streak in a season.
Yeah.
So he now has 7 straight games with multiple points.
Marner just looks faster and stronger.
Yes.
Than he more confident than he has in his career.
There's just no lull in him.
Yeah.
There's just no it's the Energizer bunny.
That line, every shift, the other team is just on their heels. And I mean, no disrespect to the guy, but Michael Bunting's like, and I'm here too. And I helped.
And he hasn't shot it in.
The one thing
I don't mean to take a shot.
Part of that entertainment value that JB, you were speaking of earlier, also comes from the fact that you look over on the other side, Barkov, Huberdeau, Sam Reinhart. I mean, these guys.
Yeah.
Highest scoring assist ever
for Huberdeau for a left
winger.
And the Panthers are the highest scoring team in a regular season in 25 years. And the Leafs are second or in the top 4 or something like that. Like
these guys are
every
good.
time
Scary good.
any possession felt like it was about to be a goal last night. Anyway.